Hey toy collectors, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. I've been taking a look at some of the G.I. Joe Classified Series figures, and Ryan happened to pick up the Deluxe figure that's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive and was willing to show it off a little bit, kind of talk about G.I. Joe. So, here we are.
So, I bought this because I thought, you go on Hasbro Pulse and, the presentation they have of everything is amazing. They got him, in the dojo and in the rain and in all these crazy things. And I'm like, how could I not buy this action figure? And after I bought it, the next thing I thought to myself is, Kevin.
So I skipped it only because I assumed it would come out in retail in some form, a slightly different form. And I like my G.I. Joes loose. And I knew I wouldn't be able to throw out the box and the little art that came with it and things. But I was like, what am I going to do with that? And so I just kind of skipped it, and then I sort of feel like I've been kicking myself ever since, just because it is a really nice setup, and I kind of like that he has a few more paint apps.
So after I bought this, I liked it so much, I went on to collect the rest of the line. And what I really like about the rest of the line is you can kind of bookshelf him.
Yeah.
And he's in there. I mean, there he is. But I can't imagine taking this out of this box, putting it on a bookshelf, and then what do I do with the box?
Right.
Right? So it kind of needs to live like this.
I agree. That's the way it's meant to be displayed.
But there's a lot of cool things about it. Like the packaging has the spot UV, texture to it. It comes with this cool, pencil drawing type effect.
It feels very San Diego Comic-Con exclusive to me.
Oh,
in the packaging presentation,
yeah,
they always go over the top on the packaging on that stuff.
Yeah.
Things that fold out, things that, change. So Ryan and I have both been collecting these guys. I've been opening mine up. So I have the retail release of Snake Eyes here, and we were kind of comparing them just a few minutes ago. They're very similar. You're getting more weapons and more paint over here. Some slight differences. You get a different gun with this version that isn't the traditional Snake Eyes Uzi, which I think is probably the biggest complaint most fans have as far as the retail release.
But I think if you're putting that on a shelf at Target, the Uzi is like a 30-year-old gun.
Yeah.
The Chris Vector, that gun, is like a gun that they're used to from PUBG or a modern shooter would have that gun.
I do think that G.I. Joe fans are in a weird transition state of getting away from those things that being able to accept that there's change in the line. People were very upset these weren't 3 3/4 inch. And now people are turning their opinions around now that they've seen them and know how good they are. But it's that same kind of thing. Oh, these guns are weird, they're goofy. But they do have to appeal to kids and younger audiences as well as the collectors. And I think those are some of the compromises Hasbro's making to do that.
They haven't gotten me to buy yet. But when I go into a store and I look at the new Marvel, the Marvel figures that are the same size.
Right.
I'm like, wow, they look amazing. If those Marvel figures were still the Toy Biz size and they didn't have the colors and accessories and stuff, I probably wouldn't care.
Right.
Similarly, with the Black Edition, Star Wars figures.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're cool enough that I might want a Han Solo or a major character, and I'd rather have that than the smaller guys.
Yep, that makes sense. Because there's a lot of collectors that have just a small display on their desk or one shelf in their house, not the standard I have a whole room of toys, but just a mild display.
Right.
And so it's where the people that like Funko Pops and things go. They get 1 or 2 key characters from a line, they have a little display, maybe a character that is a Hasbro release as well as the Funko Pop of the same character or whatever kind of combination. And I think that's where Hasbro's doing well with the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, the Star Wars Black Series, the G.I. Joe Classifieds, and the Marvel Legends,
Yeah, and they're all the same size. They can all play together.
They can reuse parts, from line to line as far as when they need to, when it works out.
Yeah, that's cool. But I have to tell you that as a gateway to the line, which they probably don't think about this when they're making these super nice ones.
Yeah.
I got this, and I was like, oh, well, I guess maybe I need to pick up a Roadblock now. I guess I need to pick up Scarlet.
I do think this was definitely to get fans excited.
Yeah.
We have a Snake Eyes movie coming eventually. That everything's kind of in flux with COVID, but there's going to be a Snake Eyes movie. They want people talking about Snake Eyes. They want Snake Eyes trending. So to make a deluxe figure, he is the most popular G.I. Joe character So he definitely deserves the treatment, and they're doing a lot of exclusive and special figures. We're getting special Cobra Commanders, we're getting special Destros, but this was the one to really do.
Did you get in on the deluxe, or actually it's not up for sale yet. Are you going to get in on the deluxe Cobra Commander?
I would like to. He looks really cool.
Yeah.
With the cape and everything.
Yeah, I missed the light blue one, like the Regal.
Right, I ordered that one.
I managed to get the Prophet Director Destro.
I pre-ordered that one.
Yeah. So I'm hoping maybe on the secondary market I'll be able to get the other Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
I already have the Big Bad Toy Store, the Phase 2, the case.
Yeah, okay.
Of the Wave 2.
Right. I have those coming.
So, but so as a major G.I. Joe collector, what do you think of this? What can you tell me about it?
I think it's really nice. I think they did a great job of kind of hitting a lot of the hallmark features of the 1985 Snake Eyes. There's two real popular versions of Snake Eyes. 1982, the original classic, where he's wearing goggles and is straight black. But probably the most famous version is the 85, which has the visor, came with the wolf. I think that's really the only thing that this Super Deluxe set is missing, is him having Timber.
It's funny, what Kieran said to me is, where's Timber?
Yeah.
That's what he said to me. And he's like, this is the Super Deluxe, the Snake Eyes to beat all Snake Eyes.
Should have
He's not in there.
I agree.
Yeah. You know?
To me, the guys that had pets, there was something special about that for me as a kid. Mutt and Junkyard, Spirit and Freedom, Snake Eyes and Timber. So yeah, I missed that right away. I was like, oh, that would be neat if they had a, just, it doesn't need a million points of articulation, but a wolf that you can move the legs on and stuff would be really awesome in this line.
I go back to when we first started talking about this line.
Uh-huh.
I said to you, they're trying to hit the Overwatch demographic.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to hit the Fortnite demographic. And the way that he is packed, the little weapon rack he has, all of that. This is like they made a Genji action figure from Overwatch.
Yeah.
The Storm Shadow that they picked is so much like a Hanzo versus other things they could have done.
Right.
It seems like they're pushing in the direction with like the armor. Like if you look at the armor on Duke,
everybody's got a little bit of armor to them, boots and things like that.
Yeah, it just feels like they're leaning in on that. Even in the enthusiast, something that might be an adult collector thing, they're still leaning that way.
I think it's nice that they're doing a little bit of consistent branding with that kind of thing. So it's not like, oh, half this line is super faithful and the other half is like super pop culture. Mm-hmm. They're kind of blending both together, which is nice.
I think it's interesting on the G.I. Joe. If you go to like GIJoe.com now, it's more like, it's revamped, and it's more like it's a lifestyle experience. It's like, here's the comics, here's the app, here's the television stuff, here's the toys, here's the 3 3/4, here's this. Like, they're kind of showing you, here's G.I. Joe, but then here's all the stuff. It's not just a toy site.
Right.
Which I think is cool.
I love that site that they launched with the little timeline on it.
Yeah.
It's funny how many things they chose to include. There's a lot of like those sort of missteps Hasbro did, like G.I. Joe Extreme or Sergeant Savage, and they mention them on there because they want to pull in all the collectors, whatever part of G.I. Joe you were interested in, they're mentioning it on there.
Because there's a kid out there right now who's potentially watching this or something else that was like a huge fan of the Sigma.
Yeah, Sigma 6.
Sigma 6.
Right.
Like, that was his jam. Right? And with this line, you can kind of get back into that.
Yep. There's some elements of that. There's some elements of all. It's a weird amalgamation of all the G.I. Joes we've seen from 82 to now.
Well, they got me, which is surprising because I thought I was done.
Yeah, you've been resisting toys for a while.
I have, and it's over. I went and did this, and then I bought the gift set Devastator. And
man.
I'm losing. I'm losing right now. I gotta calm down a little bit.
It's the hysteria from being locked in the house so long.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos.